naming starter?
Yeah, all sorts of emotions, mostly joy, but I kind of had that idea coming along, and that was my goal this whole time. But I definitely took a moment to just thank God for the opportunity and just feel appreciative of it.
What would you be?
Yeah, they actually texted me the night before, so it wasn't in person. I was by myself. Got a text. Um, we had kind of like sprinkled around the subject and kind of got a hint of it before, so it wasn't a complete shock or anything. But you know, being by myself, it just made me really be able to embrace the moment. And like I said, thank God.
Sam, you transferred here. How much did you believe that you would be the starter this fall?
Yeah, I mean, that's coming out the portal. That's your main intention. Finding a school where you feel like you're gonna develop the best, but also get a shot to play as your first year in the program. So coming into here, I thought I was gonna start 100%. Obviously got to beat out Jaden, and then we brought Jeff in, and Trenton's been here for a while, so it's been a process for sure. But I don't know if you really like put a percentage on it. It's kind of always coming to the situation thinking you're going to be the starter.
Marcus said when you came here for your recruiting meeting, he met with you for 6 hours. What do you remember about that day?
Yeah, yeah, we sat in the office and just talked schematics and everything about quarterback play. Off the field, mental. How you carry yourself as a leader, mechanics, footwork, philosophies, guys you train with, and we actually talked as well when I first met him in person at the dinner for like 2 hours about mechanics as well. So he's a ball junkie just like me.
What do you think you learned the most of the camp so far, knowing that it's coming to an end? What do you think was your biggest moment of growth?
I mean, just seeing the defense constantly growing, and footwork, timing's massive. Understanding where your outlets are, and just seeing different looks, and understanding, in every single play when you get a certain look, where you're going to go with the ball. So just things along those lines.
Kenny's mentioned how you changed your leadership style from kind of spring to now. What was part of that process for you? Did you ever think about that a lot, and how did that mindset go?
Yeah, we talked about it during spring. It's hard to make such of a big adjustment in the moment. Coming into spring, I just wanted it so bad that, I was just approaching people and myself. I was treating myself, too harshly, and I was, beating myself up, and then I was taking it out on the team as well. So I realized Kenny had a lot of talks with me, and just, he really emphasized that and said that was one of the biggest transitions that Bo made, come from Auburn to Oregon. So, I took that as a big role, and I feel like I've done a way better job. Obviously, still room for improvement, but.
How much do you hear about Bo and just his evolution over a 5-year college period, and how much do you study him and other guys?
Yeah, me and Coach Dillingham talk about Bo a bunch. He says I resemble him, which is amazing to hear. So I try to watch him play and just see how he operates. The different type of checks and reads he makes in terms of protections is what really separates him, and that's the level I'm trying to get to. So just understanding, starting off the game and taking what the defense gives you and letting the big plays open up at the end.
How important was that in what the quarterbacks that going after the dog to you making the decision to come to ASU and where you believe you can go?
Yeah, when you make your decision to come to ASU, you look at past history, with quarterback success, offensively, and everything with that. So him being with Jordan Travis and Bo Nix and elevating their game and being able to sit down with him and understand what he did exactly to make him get there, it's really appealing.
You had a couple nice long completions to receivers today. How was that process go? It seems like it's been pretty seamless for you. Getting on the same page with the receivers.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just reps, like I always say. I missed a couple earlier in camp, and I really want to hit the deep ones today. That's kind of been one of my bigger emphasis, because I've missed a few. So coming out today and being able to hit 2 for 2 today, I felt really good. So I was happy about that.
How big has it been for you to have both Jeff and Trenton, considering all the experience they have now competing against them, kind of just learning them and developing their
Yeah, Trenton's great and Jeff's great. They've both been and played in a lot of games and situations, and they both have a lot of wise words to tell me. So just taking bits and pieces and understanding what it takes to be a quarterback at this level, and just constantly competing. That's one of my favorite things to do in life. So every aspect. I'm always trying to beat them and whatever it is. I mean, you could, conditioning, if we're shooting hoops, if we're playing a board game, I always want to win. So just constantly competing with them and trying to one-up them.
Dr. Arroyo talked about how you put in the early hours, the late hours, dark hours at night. What drives you so much to put in that work?
Yeah, what drives me? I don't know. I guess my why is just this all I've known. My family's a football family, and it's kind of just what I've done since a young age. My brother instilled it in me, and so did my dad. So it's just, taking it day by day, and every single day, me and my brother live by a motto, just, how great do you want to be? That's the question. So I have that on my mirror when I wake up. I ask myself that question, and, coming out to practice in this weather, and, you're hot out, and you got to get the juices going, and you're tired. So, every single day, just pushing yourself to the max, and, asking yourself how great do you want to be, because, it's as great as you're going to make yourself.
So Sam, since the spring, you got really two major additions in tight end Sherman Napier and wide receiver Malik McClain. Looks like those guys really hit the ground running in fall camp. How much have they really elevated this offense just from the spring?
Yeah, it's a really good addition to have them both. I've connect with them on a bunch of balls, and they're really smart players and have a good feel for the game, so they picked it up really quick. It's been a huge addition, and we're going to see a lot of it this season.
Sam, how do you answer that question when you ask yourself in the morning?
How do I answer it? Well, it's not like you have an answer. It's how great do you want to be, So I guess my actions are my answer throughout the entire day. What I eat, how much I sleep, do I do everything I need to do the night before in the film meetings, and then how I carry myself to my teammates so that, they can do the same thing as well and make the team the best.
When you get that text from Kenny, is there a sigh of relief to take a breath? Is there time to take a breath now?
Oh yeah, I mean, you gotta enjoy the moment for sure. I probably sat there for, a few minutes and just really soaked it in, and just put my phone down and sat there on the ground, just looking at the ceiling and really, indulge in the moment. But going forward, that was the ultimate plan. So if anything, it gives me, more juice. Now I'm the guy. Now I got to hold myself to that standard. Now I got to keep that, because you only stay at this if you perform. So just got to keep going and keep getting better.
On that mirror, where did that come from? That idea to have how great can you be on your mirror?
Well, me and my brother have just kind of lived by that our whole lives. He always said it for me growing up, every single time. Before a workout, when I was tired, if I didn't want to stretch and stuff like that, I didn't want to eat that extra meal to gain the weight I needed to gain. So I don't know if it was an idea by anybody. I just had I have a whiteboard, and I had another note on my fridge, just saying people counted you out, prove them wrong. So I just saw the marker and wanted to write it on my mirror. So nobody gave me the idea. I just kind of thought of it.
Sam, I got over here a little late. What's it mean for you to be the starter?
Yeah, I mean, it means a whole lot. Just proves, the work that I put in has really meant something. And you sit in the office late at night, and while you're stretching, you really ask yourself why are you doing what you do? Because you want to see results. So when results are given, and it's been a long time since, maybe not a long time, but 1 year since I've been named a starter since my senior year of high school. So I've just been so hungry for it, and it's just, why do you do it?
Being a redshirt freshman and now being the starter, how prepared do you feel to take the field and lead this team week one against Florida?
Just compared to last year, I feel 10 times better. It's night and day. Throwing the football, seeing the defense, protections, I'm always going to keep working. That's something that, I feel like is going to separate me this season, and I'm just going to constantly keep drilling it. But in terms of preparedness, I don't know if I could ask for much more other than another year under my belt, which, I can't make. I don't have a time machine, so can't do that. But, I'm really ready to go and feel like we have a good team this year.
It takes a lot of work to become a power forward, starting quarterback. What are some things that you really love about playing the quarterback position?
Just being in control. Since a young age, I feel like I've always wanted to have the ball in my hands, whether that's in football or basketball. I always want to take the last shot in hoops for the game winner. So, it just kind of carried over, and I'm a pretty controlling person in general, personality-wise. So just that aspect of it, and then you live and die by the sword. So you're all the success or you're all the failure, and I love that. That's what I play it for. I don't do this for any of the fame or anything like that. So I love being out on the field and having the ball in my hands and being able to make a play and, hear the crowd roar and, have our team go crazy and everything like that. So it's pretty special when you're able to make those plays.